Brought to you by Penguin.
Deficit: How Feminist Economics Can Change Our World. Written and read by me, Emma Holten. Introduction. In 2019, I was admitted to Bispebjerg Hospital in Copenhagen. I suffer from a chronic autoimmune condition called ulcerative colitis. My body attacks itself. The disease is unpredictable and strange, and no one knows exactly why I have it. Outbreaks can be triggered by stress, certain foods, and also, unfortunately, by too much wine. When I found out I was ill, I realized that my mind and my body were one. If I'm sad, stressed, or exhausted, I get sick. No one knows what my immune system has in store for me, my community, or those who love me. In 2020, a year after I was hospitalized, the magazine Mandag published an article with the headline, "Women Continue to be Net Expense for the State." It was the sequel to a 7-year-old hit headline, "Women Are a Deficit to Society," which was published by the Danish Broadcasting Corporation in 2013. Mandag article caught my eye. These headlines aren't so different from many others about economics. They appear objective and logical. Value is described as the result of a calculation, as a question with a simple answer. Who could disagree that women leech off the state coffers? The numbers cited in the article were from the Danish Ministry of Finance. The ministry's method was quite simple. They calculated the value of women's contribution to the state by looking at their tax payments versus the costs of the services they received during a lifetime, and then compared that to men's. Women got more than they gave, the article said. They took more parental leave, mothers frequently worked part-time, and typically worked lower-paying jobs in the public sector. They also drained the public sector by tending to do expensive things like give birth. Denmark would be richer if women's lives looked more like men's, the experts concluded. Due to their convincing form, these types of calculations have seeped into our culture and conversations. In 2024, it was reported that a candidate for Reform UK wrote on a message board 2 years earlier that he was sick of all this complaining from, as he called it, the sponging gender. The reason he gave was simple economics. He wrote, "Men pay 80% of tax, women spend 80% of tax revenue. On aggregate, as a group, you only take from society." According to him, women were, as he wrote, subsidized by men to merely breathe. The people who had cared for me at Bispebjerg Hospital were, by his logic and the ministry's, part of the problem. They worked in the public sector, many of them not making much money. The value of the work they had done was measured by the price of their labor. Their work wasn't seen as creating value. This stunned me. They had saved my life. Every penny I earned from here on out was a direct consequence of their work. Something was wrong. I felt we were looking at value in a distorted way. How did the economists in the Danish state reach a conclusion like this? And how had it become so widely accepted that it could go completely unchallenged as if it were objective fact? This book seeks to answer that question. It's the history of how one very specific way of looking at value has trumped all others. You might feel that economics only impacts your life when you get paid or you visit the bank, but every single waking hour of your day is shaped by calculations coming from the state. Every profession, activity, product, and relationship is part of what we call the economy, and is assigned a number which represents its value. Understanding how this system works means pulling back the curtain on the decisions and ideas that have made our societies what they are today. The system can seem impossible to change, but I promise you, it is not. Economics is the mother tongue of politics. It is the language of power. No other way of thinking comes close to having the influence that economic concepts do. What we can afford has become the same as what is possible. Like the headline.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?